This is total sketch beekeeping. Here's my mom looking out the window. One of our, yep, still here. Anyways, apparently a mating nuke decided that it no longer liked its home, or it decided it was big enough that it could have two locations. So it's in the tree here. I'll show it to you. I'm gonna try something 100%, almost 100% sketch. I'm gonna take this tiny little swarm, which is not big enough to survive, and I'm gonna put this in with the swarm that refuses to make its own queen, or keeps trying to make a bad queen. So I'm gonna put them together, hopefully with two swarms. It works. This is one day where we're actually getting rain. So they're quite drenched. They are quite wet. To get them home, I'm just gonna put them in one of our little feed pails. I got some comb in there so they can sit on that, and then they can dry off. And hopefully by the time we get them home, they'll be willing to jump into the other one, you know, and become one. Like I said, 100% sketch. Let's set it up. To do this, I am pretty much standing in a mud puddle. This is my parents' apple tree. And they may not like this at all, but when it's sketch, right? So there's the comb in the pail. I covered up the holes for now. I'll open that screen once I get them into the truck so that they have air. Well, let's see how this goes. I may also end up having to hang this under the branch here. Sorry, apple tree. Just gotta bend this. Johnny apple tree. You're dead, isn't you? Got him in the bucket. Just keep an eye out a little bit, see if the queen is on this branch or if she's going to be in the bucket. Assuming she's in the bucket, the rest of these bees will, when they dry off, go home, back to where they came from. All right. Okay, so back in the apiary with this little swarm, that little guy there. Now we're going to continue with the sketch. So I think the best method for me to get this to possibly work, this is one of the two that one of those, you know, add the queen thing. So in order to kind of cut back on the amount of fighting that there might be between these bees, I'm going to take the bees that are in there, I'm going to shake them because it's raining. I'm going to shake them onto this board behind. Normally I would probably go put them somewhere out in the yard, but I'll put them on the board behind and then tilt a lid over top to keep the rain off of them, so that they can find their way back inside, but not so far away. And then we'll put that the swarm that's in the bucket over there, and we'll put those in here, and then we'll see what happens. Crickets. Man, there's like an infestation of crickets this year. If I get that divider out. Do a quick scan for, again, anything that resembles the queen. You got a couple swarm cells here on the bottom, or not swarm cells, queen cells, my apologies, and a few more up here. These are like emergency cells. And drones walking around. What a shocker. You can see this. This area is drone brood that was laid by that laying worker, and more attempts at queen cells. They're making nice royal jelly. For scientific experiments, I should pull some of these out and check for gender. But yeah, that is very clearly drone brood. And here's a patch that was eggs that has now been cannibalized or removed and tossed out the front door. So we will have saved the male part of the genetics of this hive. That we have. Okay, let's get it done. Now, I sure hope the queen wasn't in that group. Now we're just leaning the comb up against the other frames, and we'll leave them some space. Pull those out later. Quickly show you this. So just like with when we caught the swarm, we disrupted the pheromone smell of the cluster. We've done the same thing here, so they're fanning again. I am hopeful that we have the queen in there though. And here's the rest of the bees climbing back up. This was a nuke box that has holes in it that they can get back inside slowly. So we're going to put the lid over top of them, like so. Keep the rain off. Give them a windbreak from that side. Slow, super sketch method of combining two swarms. Like I said, sometimes sketch is fun, sometimes it works, but neither of these swarms had an awful lot of chance of making it on their own. So the one was too small, coming off of a mating nuke like that at this time of year. Not a whole lot of chance that they were going to find a place. They didn't really have the population to really start building at this point in time to become a full-fledged hive by the time winter comes along. And with the addition of the little bit of brood and the feed that's in there, they may actually be able to come along and build themselves up to sort of that minimum, 5-6 frames of brood before winter comes along, and we'll see. But anyways, fun experiment, and I'll get back to you.